This is our business plan. I'm Olivia.
I'm Justin.
I'm Ryan.
So for our survey, for our Give Kindness plan, we've realized that people would rather use a phone application over desktop applications. The most popular social media sites for this were Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. We realized that people were actually interested in following their school websites or following their school websites and social media, which we can use to our advantage for marketing. And we also figured out that people mostly do this when they want to pass time.
So to go along with that, so if people are only using it when they're bored and to pass time, we need to figure out a way to capture their interest. So we thought of some ideas that we can hold on our social media websites. For example, holding online events. We came up with an anti-bullying campaign where you can ask users to submit stories or experiences of them being bullied, how it's changed them, how positivity has influenced them from that point on. Another event is like get a message, send a message. So whenever someone receives the message, they are supposed to send one on. I know that sounds like everyone should do that all the time, but the point is that they'll be held like for a few weeks or a week at a time to bring users in. It'll get them interested in what's going on and current news and things like that. So then, second thing we could do is do weekly contests or drawings, because most people will be prompted to go online if they can get something for free, of course. So if anyone sends a message, their name will be entered into a drawing. And examples of gifts we thought of were local gift cards, so for places around, so we can promote local business as well. School event tickets, so game tickets, performance tickets, school merchandise, so stuff from like the Bobcat, depending on what school you go to. And then also give kindness merchandise, so we can promote ourselves through this as well. And lastly, the third way we want to capture interest is by getting campus celebrities involved. So depending upon the school, because we didn't just focus on Quinnipiac, we can have sports teams, we can have student government and school staff. We can post on their pages positive comments like, wow, I'm so excited for your game coming up this week on the page of the team, so that people will go to the games and they'll look at our comment as
well. With the Give Kindness Instagram account, we'll have like pictures people compliments. So essentially, you just post a picture about like a fun, memorable picture of someone with a compliment, and you spread kindness that way. We validated this idea through our surveys.
So the reason we chose to do strictly the application, we're not going to be making a website, is because it's really preferred by people. Most people don't go online, don't take time out of their day to go online to look at a website for something such as this cause. If it's on their phone right in front of them, it might be easier. We decided to make it free because obviously people probably won't pay to download it. And so our app, what it will be, is a platform to view the social media feeds that are already going for Give Kindness. So we have the Facebook, the Twitter, and we're going to have the Instagram. And it'll be located on the bottom of the screen. You can click over and it'll just show the Give Kindness stream of that. So you can just look at the messages that way.
When you first open up the app, you'll see your profile. You'll have like your image in the top left. There'll be a donation link if you want to give donations. It'll list like what school you're at, and then if you get like a notification, it says here, like someone sends you like a kind message, then the notification will pop up. You'll be able to read it.
To submit a message is very simple. First, you just write the message, then you're going to pick what social media you want to use. Then to find the user, you can just use your Facebook, newsfeed, anyone you want to do, anything that you see while scrolling down. And and then only Instagram can use pictures. We're not using Facebook for pictures.
So for advertising purposes, this is actually in terms of having advertisers post on our page. We want to have school ambassadors, so like most people have been talking about, where you pay, we're going to give them a percentage of whatever business that they get for us. So the point is that based on whatever school you go to, there's a lot of local businesses that aren't, maybe could be doing better, is a better way to say it. So they'll go out to the businesses, say, oh, hey, like, can we post on your page, or do you guys want to deal with the delivery service we're going to start offering, which is in the further slides. But in terms of the advertising, for advertising, we can write a positive comment on their social media page. It'll go directly to their page. They're able to see everything, gives them advertising as well as promoting local business. And then we will also want to do that for school events and for athletic teams, where possibly get money for it, in terms of, like we said before, we might hold online or get campus celebrities involved. We also want to see if we could get some revenue from that if we promote specific events and get people to buy tickets for them, if we could get a percentage of that.
Alright, so special occasions will be big for us. On like our app, there'll be a special occasions tab where you can like send gifts to people, whether it's flowers, food, chocolate, give kindness, merchandise, and then hopefully, with, like Olivia said, with those ambassadors that we'll be hiring, they'll be reaching out to like, local businesses to like get us this food, flowers, or chocolate.
One of our options are going to be sell merchandise. To do that, we are going to hire a designer that just allows you to buy pajamas, sweats, jackets, pens, sticky notes, and tank tops that have a give kindness message on them.
So in terms of making money, we want to, like the direct advertising, that is a possible way as well as through school. But also on the special occasions tab, we want to take a percentage of the purchase, somewhere between 2 and 5%, which I know sounds really low. But if you think about it, if we end up getting hundreds of dollars in sales, you know, that's still $20, $30 a week, which is pretty good. We also want to deliver cards out with our merchandise, which we'll talk about in another slide. But we want to earn revenue from that as well. And also, when you're done with the whole process of ordering a delivery, then you will have an option to give a small donation, which is also revenue for us.
Another option we are offering is to send out cards. To do this, we are partnering with elementary schools, and we have events at these elementary schools. Cards that the elementary school students make would have a phrase or something that spreads positivity, and you'll be able to buy them for $1, and you can also buy a just generic like Hallmark written one for $5. And 20% of this will be donated to anti-bullying organizations. This is also good all around for us because it helps the elementary school students promote positivity around them, and it also spreads anti-bullying while still making income.
For advertising, Give Kindness will continue to like post through social media, so we'll keep advertising through that. We'll like to host on-campus events, bake sales, things that will like get Give Kindness word out, and then like, positivity posts. People like post kind comments like on or like motivational comments, whatever on like posts about the school.
So the last part, with a business like this, with social media today, and seeing as we have a message submission box where you can just directly send the message without, you know, going through us, we want to have a lot of mandating. The first one's going to be users, so you can, like Facebook, like what it says right here, you can flag a comment if it might be not necessarily rude because the software will deal with that, but if it's a little bit sarcastic or something, or if you see something and it affects someone negatively, then you can send it to us. We'll also have staff as well mandating every so often, going through the feed and seeing if they see something that's a little off, or if they receive a message that says, oh, well, you know, this is really mean in a way, you know, because this person went through this or something. But the main way we'll mandate is through software, which we'll develop within the app, that obviously picks out like rude words or phrases, things like that, and automatically pops up a message saying, oh, you can't send this. And then if you try to do it so often, as well as if a user catches you often, then you won't be able to write messages for a certain amount of time. So that's our idea.